Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to start our program. I apologize for the delay. In a career spanning more than 40 years, Paul Borek has accumulated considerable experience and accomplishments in economic development, banking, and city planning. Paul received his bachelor's degree in geography and urban studies from Dartmouth College and a master's in business administration from Aurora University. As executive director of DCEDC, Paul has been instrumental in the development and expansion of several major manufacturing and distribution facilities, promoted research and development partnerships between Northern Illinois University and local industries, and coordinated the application and certification of the DeKalb County Enterprise Zone. Paul is married to his lovely wife, Mary Myers. Together they have 2 grown children and 1 granddaughter, Lennox. Please welcome Paul Borek.
Thank you, everyone. We're running a little behind, so I'm just going to jump right into the program. As we approach the close of 2019, DeKalb County is on the verge of attracting developments of significant size and impact that they could really begin to transform our economy. 2 potential projects in the city of DeKalb, south of I-88, east of Route 23, involve food processing and technology industries that could distinguish DeKalb County while generating substantial investment, jobs, and tax revenue. The DeKalb Planning and Zoning Commission approved plan development amendments for the Chicago West Business Center to accommodate a food processing company north of Gurler Road. This prospect is considering development of 1.2 million square feet for distribution uses and a 460,000 square foot food packaging center. Projected employment would exceed 1,000 workers. To support expedited development, the City of DeKalb issued a mass grading permit to enable the builder, Krasinski Construction Company, to accelerate the preparation of 106 acres to accommodate the 2 proposed buildings. South of Gurler Road, a knowledge-based company is considering development of a sizable tract of land over several years. DCEDC has assisted the City of DeKalb and City Manager Bill Nicholas, as well as landowner Jerry Krasinski on these projects, working with the state of Illinois, the prospective companies and their consultants, together with utilities including ComEd, NICOR, the DeKalb Water Division, and the Kishwaukee Water Reclamation District. DeKalb taxing bodies and state elected officials have all been supportive. Projects are progressing and decisions are anticipated in the coming weeks for one and months for the other. K&M Tire, an Ohio-based distributor of passenger, light truck, commercial truck, and farm tires, acquired the 200,000 square foot 2600 Worthing Parkway building, formerly leased by 3M. Company founder and officials traveled to the DeKalb Airport in their corporate airplane to tour the building. The City of DeKalb has made building plans available for their review and is guiding the company through the occupancy process. K&M is relocating from a smaller building in Bolingbrook. Solotech completed build-out of 8,200 square feet of additional office space in the 711 Fairview Drive building, doubling employment from 20 to 40. Byers Brewing Company established operations on the first floor of the Sundog building in downtown DeKalb. The family-owned startup brews small batches of distinctive craft beers. The Right Stuff School Supply Company has relocated to the 733 Enterprise Drive building in the Airport North Industrial Park to expand their growing sales and distribution business. The Suter Company is expanding their Bethany Road facility in the Sycamore Prairie Business Park with a 2-story office addition. We look forward to hearing more about the Suter Company from our keynote speaker, Tim Suter. Seymour of Sycamore has begun construction of a 30,000 square foot addition to their 220,000 square foot headquarters and manufacturing plant on Crosby Avenue in Sycamore. Seymour invented aerosol spray paint back in 1949 and now serves industrial, automotive, consumer, commercial, and private label markets. TechWeld of Elburn has contracted to purchase the 805 Thornwood Drive building in the Sycamore Prairie Park. The move will triple the size of their operations. TechWeld is a family-owned manufacturer of precision-welded tubes, tanks, cones, and weldments. Build-out will include air conditioning and a clean room. TechWeld serves industries including aerospace, aircraft, automotive, agricultural, and defense. Swedberg Electric acquired the 525 Brickville Road building to accommodate their growing commercial and industrial electrical contracting business. Also, Alexander Drywall acquired the 917 Borden Avenue building to accommodate their business, as well as to lease space to Granger Development and Master Flight Stairs. Natural Polymers completed renovations and relocated to the 14438 East North Avenue building in Cortland from West Chicago. They are an energy-efficient urethane foam insulation manufacturer using environmentally friendly raw material bases. And FabTech expanded to the 775 Duvik Avenue building in Sandwich from Plano. FabTech is a family-owned and operated company specializing in efficient, durable stainless steel boiler systems. Whiskey Acres Distilling Company opened their new 3,600 square foot visitor center on Kesslinger Road, adjacent to the distillery and tasting room. In September, Whiskey Acres hosted a business roundtable event where President Jamie Walters described the importance of branding to their business as DCEDC pursues a branding initiative for DeKalb County. And the DeLong Company completed construction of new grain bins to increase storage capacity at the Delco elevators in Waterman. Myers Stores is progressing on construction of a 159,000 square foot supercenter. The project is located on a 31-acre site in the Sycamore Crossings development on Peace Road. City Manager Brian Gregory advises that construction is progressing despite volatile weather conditions, and completion is projected for the spring. Morningstar Media Group has completed renovations to the 220 South California building in downtown Sycamore. Morningstar is a full-service ad agency offering video and web production as well as brand marketing. The building also houses Caraco Coffee Roaster Collective, featuring hand-roasted craft coffees sourced from small farms throughout the world. And Chelsea McGee Studios expanded to a new location at 942 West State Street. Space is available at the studios for corporate events, receptions, and parties, as well as adult and youth art classes. Cornerstone DeKalb is complete with full occupancy of the project's 51 furnished luxury units located on Lincoln Highway and First Street in downtown DeKalb. And the Tavern on Lincoln Restaurant and Pub opened to rave reviews, joining Barb City Bagels and DeKalb Nail Spa in filling out the ground floor commercial units. Construction of Plaza DeKalb on the corner of Lincoln Highway and 2nd Streets is progressing. The 4-story mixed-use project will include 21 apartments and a Mediterranean specialty grocer. John Pappas advises that construction will be complete by February 1st, and occupancy is already at 60%. And Jamra opened a second DeKalb County location at the Plaza. The restaurant features popular Middle Eastern cuisine. The Agora Tower project will begin shortly with the demolition of the former Mooney building. The project is located east of 4th Street between Oak and Locust. The mixed-use development will include 94 high-end apartments with retail and office space on the ground floor. The $13.8 million project was supported with a $3 million TIF grant from the City of DeKalb. Mixed-use development is designed to accommodate demand for walkable downtown living close to entertainment and amenities. Jim Mason is building out 12,000 square feet of the 1,500 Sycamore Road buildings for Mason Indoor Golf USA. The project will include indoor sports simulators along with pizza and beverages. And Hometown Sports Bar and Grill expanded to an adjacent storefront, creating a space called Stage Left to host live entertainment in downtown DeKalb. Aldi completed construction of its new expanded grocery store at the Northland Plaza Shopping Center. Planet Fitness also established a health club at Northland Plaza as part of an effort by ownership to drive traffic to the center. Developer Next Gen Industries is progressing with construction of the Home 2 Suites by Hilton on Annie Glidden Road and Knowles Avenue. The 90-room extended stay hotel is designed to serve business travel demand from corporations throughout the county and region, as well as the needs of Northern Illinois University. The International Bureau of Electrical Workers is beginning construction of a training facility for electrical utility linemen on Walnut Avenue in Genoa. Smoking Grill and Pizzeria was established in a shopping center on the corner of 72 and 23. And the Supper Club membership restaurant and pub opened in the original Prairie State Winery building. Castle View Real Estate established an office on Main Street in Maple Park. Emerald Butterfly, a gift and home specialty store, opened on Route 30 in Shabana, and a new Burger King restaurant was constructed on Route 34 in Sandwich. New residential communities established in the county include Old Mill Park on Main Street and Mount Hunger Road in Sycamore, and the reopening of the River Bend project in Genoa, both developed and constructed by Granger Development. And both are 55 and older senior communities. Northern Illinois University has reimagined, revamped, and revitalized the first floor of the Home Student Center, as proudly described by President Lisa Freeman. The redesign focused specifically on creating a hub for campus life that is exciting for students to visit. The project includes a Starbucks coffee shop, a Depot convenience store, remodeled Husky bookstore, study lounge, and collaborative workspaces, as well as the Oasis, a space for the Student Association Campus Activities Board and a Student Affairs Office. Kishwaukee College completed remodeling of the Library and Academic Support Services Center. President Lori Borowitz noted that the college used input from students to ensure that the space included room for tutoring, group study rooms, and technology support within the new library. Extensive renovations and the long-awaited addition of air conditioning are progressing at the Egyptian Theater. Year-round operation enabled by the air conditioning will help drive expanded programming, and in doing so will attract more patrons and visitors, increasing the economic impact of this unique arts and cultural venue. Construction of a new breast health center at Northwestern Medicine Kishwaukee Hospital has been completed. The center will include a state-of-the-art mammography, ultrasound, and new breast health equipment, as well as diagnostic and staging areas. Northwestern Medicine has also partnered with Northern Illinois University to provide campus healthcare for students. Construction is progressing on the expansion of the DeKalb County Nursing and Rehab Center on Annie Glidden Road. A 15,000 square foot transitional care unit is being constructed, as well as 18 new patient rooms and the renovation of 15 existing rooms. Upgraded communications as well as boiler and chiller improvements will also be installed. Family Service Agency doubled its space with the acquisition and renovation of the 1325 Sycamore Road building in DeKalb. The DeKalb Ogle Workforce Development Consortium's 7th annual Heavy Metal Tour introduced high school students to local manufacturers, as well as the career technology labs at Kishwaukee College. This career development program also brought students to the FabTech Metal Forming, Fabricating, Welding, and Finishing show at McCormick Place. The consortium is a partnership of the Kishwaukee Education Consortium and DCEDC. This concludes my overview of development in DeKalb County. On behalf of the DCEDC Public-Private Partnership, we congratulate all of the businesses, communities, institutions, and service and support organizations that have contributed to economic development in 2019. I'd like to give you all a hearty round of applause. Congratulations on your contributions to all of these efforts. And now to highlight the steps this public-private partnership is taking to accelerate growth and development to generate even bigger and better results in the future, I'm pleased to introduce our President, Cohen Barnes. Cohen is owner of Sundog, a 30-year-old technology firm in DeKalb that supplies, supports, and secures Microsoft and cloud technologies used by organizations every day. In addition to serving on the DCEDC Board of Directors, Cohen also serves as president of Proudly DeKalb and president of the DeKalb Corn Classic 10K. Barnes earned his Associate of Arts degree from Kishwaukee College and his bachelor's degree in English from Northern Illinois University. He's also a veteran of the United States Army. Cohen and his wife Amy live in DeKalb with their 2 children. Welcome, Cohen Barnes.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you. I love seeing the part that Paul talks about all the brick and mortar that's going on. It's really wonderful to see a lot of activity. I mean, the economy has turned around. A lot of stuff has been happening in the last 5 years, but when you actually see the amount of development going on, it's just wonderful to know that our community is making forward progress. What I'm going to talk about really briefly, though, is what DCDC is doing beyond helping facilitate some of these projects to come to fruition. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the DeKalb County Thriving Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. And believe me, we're working on the name for some of these things, all right? So the county charged us with leading an economic development effort called DeKalb County Thriving. And through it, through membership, through our board of directors, through many in the community, we spent a good deal of time, probably about 6 months, identifying 5 of the most important things that need to happen within our county in order to move the needle. And what we came up with, essentially, were 5 goals. First one being talent pipeline. That's a group that's working right now to identify the different recruitment strategies that we have, the different workforce development that we have. So when industries are coming to our community and they're looking at what their future employment base is going to look like, we can help facilitate and give them direction on, between the university, the community college, as well as our local high schools, the workforce that is actually being produced within this community, which is wonderful. We've got the Target Industries Subcommittee. They're actually going through and identifying, and some of this may sound like, well, I mean, we know what we are, we know what businesses in our community, but you'd be surprised when you actually start digging around and realizing from like upstaging and organizations like that, where we have an entertainment sector, right? A food sector, obviously with the history of agriculture that we have in our community, but we're identifying different industries that we've got here, which is going to be really important for us when we actually talk about branding, which I'll mention in a minute, to be able to tell our story within the community. So the Target Industry Subcommittee is working really hard to identify the different industries, and you can see a slew of them that they've come across. But then some really exciting ones that are happening are the Business Climate Committee. So imagine all the decision makers in the county getting together and actually starting to share some dialogue about what they're doing in their various communities to be successful and challenges that they have, and actually trying to share that information, right? This is an all boats rise kind of conversation that's starting to happen, and it's great that we've been able to start leading the charge on that. But CEDS 4 is one I'm particularly excited about, and I'm excited about the leadership the board of directors of DCDC had when they actually funded to have DCC Marketing come in and is going to lead a branding initiative for the entire county. When you think about brand, the important parts about it are, like when I think of the table I'm sitting at right now with First National Bank, there's a brand we can identify it with, right? The city of Sycamore, there's a brand that's associated with it. You see the name, you know the logo, you know the story that's behind it. That's important to be able to tell your particular story, and of course the Suter Company as well, which we'll learn more about. But we're going to go through that exercise in conjunction with Northern Illinois University has also contracted out the same marketing company, so we can really dig deep with SWOT analysis and focus groups from a wide variety of our county to figure out exactly how we're going to communicate that story to the outside world. So when people hear DeKalb and they think about DeKalb County, They know exactly what kind of environment that's going to be, and they know how it's going to be a fit for their particular business, and that's going to be a way we're going to drive attraction. And then the last one is the Community Champions Committee. Fantastic work going on by Chair Dan Templin right now, where I think even today they met and 14 of the 15 communities were represented. These are the people that carry water in their communities, right? These are the people that drive the initiatives and get stuff done, and have all of them come out as well and collaborate and figure out how they can learn from each other and bring more value to their individual communities. That's what they're doing on a regular basis within that particular committee. So what's cool about this, when you actually look at it, DCEDC is not just about economic development and trying to facilitate businesses that have raised their hand and said we're interested in coming. We're actually trying to take the destiny of this county into our own hands and really work together from a county-wide community perspective in order to move the needle with DeKalb County. So that's some exciting things that are happening. I encourage every one of you, and many of you in this room are a part of those various committees. Raise your hand if any of them sounded interesting and you want to engage. We'd love to have more representation on all those. But I want to thank all the committee members for the work that they've been doing on the SEDS initiative.